This is Tom Grassi, and this is 30 and 30, and you're watching Illogical Canadian.
Well, I will say this. Football is back, and the beautiful sights and sounds of football, as we all know it, is back. And honestly, I am excited to hell. Honestly, I miss football so fucking much. And now we get it back. So, bonjour mes amis. Je suis Canadien et logique. And this is the Amateur's Guide to the start of the 2023 NFL season. A lot of moves were made. A lot of draft picks, obviously picked. Players were traded. Players were signed. But how did each team do in the offseason? Did they get better? Did they get worse? Or did they just stay in the middle? Well, there's only one way to find out. So let's get ourselves right into it. I think it's safe to say that Buffalo has had an off season, all right. They had to make some moves in order to, shed some cap. At the same time, they needed to bolster their team up a little bit more. What did they do? Well, let's look. First off, they signed Damian Harris and Latavius Murray to solidify their running back core, which I guess makes sense. Well, I don't agree really with Damian Harris because he kind of fell off when Ramondre Stevenson took over for New England. But I guess it kind of made sense. Same thing with Latavius Murray. God damn, I can't fucking talk tonight. Sorry. Murray was a little bit injured on and off. He's not what he used to be. So I think it's kind of safe to say this is kind of a safer route on that contract for him. But to each their own. I mean, they also signed guys like Shaq Lawson, Puna Ford, and kept around Jordan Phelps and AJ Klein, as well as Tom Matakevich. And they extended Matt Lana for another couple of years. Other than that, the only real signings they really made after that were Dane Jackson, Jordan Poyer, Tyler Bass, and punter Sam Martin. And those were really in terms of mainly their biggest signings. I mean, after they threw all that money around last season with Mr. Von Miller, they might want to be a little conservative for a while. And this is definitely a good way to do it. Because Buffalo still looks like one of the hottest teams in the league. I mean, to no one's surprise. But at least they did get some good news, though. Damar Hamlin is on the field for training camp. Full contact, wearing the pads. Ladies and gentlemen, Damar Hamlin is back. And thank fucking God. Because that man went through so much shit last season with the whole Commodore Cordes thing in the game against Cincinnati. Oh my dude. To see him back on the field for the first time in so long is absolutely insane. And I wish him nothing but the best with his NFL career. I really do. But Buffalo, you did all right. I'm going to give you a standard B. You could have done better, but at the same time, you could have been, worse. So good work. Good work, Buffalo. Okay, Miami. What's your alternative now? Alright, so I see you bring in Mike fucking White and Myles Gaskin to kind of, help out a little bit. That's something. You keep around Jeff Wilson and Raheem Mostert as depth. Okay. Bringing guys like Tyler Croft as a tight end that can be of depth value. Nothing really special there. Bringing in Braxton Berrios. I guess it's fine. Securing your offensive line was a need too. And you got a couple of them with Cedric Ogbuehi and Isaiah Wynn. By the way, Isaiah Wynn was great in New England. I'm going to miss him. And then you managed to do something with your defense. Keeping guys like Andrew Van Ginkel around, as well as Justin Bethel and Nick Needham. You also bring in a guy like David Long and Jalen Ramsey, which you got in exchange with the Rams. Good. Too bad he's injured the shit though and is gonna be missing a few games. Damn it. Well, Miami, I would say that you improved on the defense at least, especially the secondary. You added some more depth to your offensive core to give Tua some more weapons, which is never a bad thing. It's not. It's never a bad thing. That's a good thing. But I feel like Miami could have done more here. We could have done a little more, but for what they had, they were satisfied with it. They were satisfied with what they had, and they did a damn good job with it. So Miami, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a B plus. No less, no more. That's perfectly. And now the team that I like because of where I live, the Patriots. Okay, New England, you guys left me with some doubts this offseason. Did you at least do something? You signed Tris McSorley. I mean, the guy that didn't, had that song from. You guys know what I'm talking about. You guys know what I'm saying. I'm not fucking singing it though. You should already know. What else did you do at least? You brought in James Robinson, I guess, as a running back 2. Okay, that's not a bad start. Gives Vermont receivers some veteran knowledge, I guess. Hey, you got yourself some weapons for Mac Jones. Fucking took you long enough. You guys got yourselves Juju Smith-Schuster and Mike Gesicki. Hey, that's actually not terrible. I mean, hey, why not? At least you got some offensive line helping Calvin Anderson, Riley Reef, and James Ferentz. Again, you guys needed all linemen, and it took you this fucking long to do it. About motherfucking time. And at least you kept guys like Jonathan Jones, Jabril Peppers, Jalen Mills, Raquan McMillan, and a few others, but really, you just really didn't add much of the defense. You added Chris Board. Okay. You added Joe. Oh, you actually didn't add Joe Cardona. You actually kept him around. But now my question is, who's going to be your punter and who's going to be your kicker? No disrespect to either guy, but who the hell is going to be the punter or kicker? I don't even know. No one even knows who the fuck their own quarterback's going to be. So take that with what you fucking will, but that is what it is. So New England, I'm going to go ahead and give you a very, very firm C plus because you guys could have done a lot more. But in the same token, you guys actually did a fair bit with getting Mac Jones some fucking weapons for once in your lives. Thank you. Now, let's go see how the Patriot bitch is doing, shall we? Good to see that the butt fumble is indeed still the goddamn butt fumble. I mean, you got the whatever was left of Aaron Rodgers in a fucking holy shit trade that basically got you guys cut out of a good fucking player because the Patriots had to collude with the Steelers. I use the term collude loosely. But hey, you got yourselves a quarterback that you guys wanted for a while. Good. But he's probably sucking on that fucking ayahuasca again. At least you actually got some weapons for him. Bringing back one of his guys in Green Bay in Alan Lazard and in Randall Cobb. Bringing in another receiver, McCole Hardman, actually should help out a lot too. Considering New York practically has fucking nobody other than a guy named Garrett Wilson. You also brought in some O-line help in Connor McGovern, Wes Schweitzer, and Billy Turner. Some defensive help as well. Quentin Jefferson signed with your team. Solomon Thomas is back. Al Woods is coming to New York. Quincy Williams, Chuck Clark, Greg Zerline, and just to name a few. But in all honesty, though, what in the fuck are you guys doing, Jets? I understand that you wanted the quarterback for the sake of, it's Aaron Rodgers. No shit, it's Aaron Rodgers. But the only thing you're going to get with Aaron Rodgers is COVID toe and ayahuasca. But at least you got him some weapons and offensive line help at least. So, that's at least a plus. And you got the talent of Breece Hall that's still very, very talented. So for what it is, this is an A- season for the Jets. They rebranded their team quite a bit. They got themselves a veteran quarterback that knows what he's doing. You give him some weapons that should hopefully be helpful, and you give him some help on the offensive line. All things that you should have done in the first place. Too bad you could have had Broderick Jones, but Pittsburgh. had to come along and say, yeah, you're not fucking getting him, Buckaroo. But it be what it be, Jets. May your season still be as shitty as your goddamn franchise. How about them Cowboys, right? No, I'm fucking with you. Go fuck yourself. Let's go see what the goddamn Cowboys are up to. You brought in some help. Basically, you got your Ezekiel Elliott replacement with Ronald Jones. Okay. You kept Tony Pollard around with that goddamn franchise tag. Boo. You bring back Cooper Rush and you get yourselves a weapon in Brandon Cooks. Good. And you guys get yourself some help on the defensive end too. Keeping around Jonathan Hankins and Leighton Vander Esch will help, as well as keeping Darwin Wilson. But you also got yourselves a new corner, Stephon Gilmore. He should hopefully be good, when he's not injured. That is, the Cowboys really did not do much at all this offseason. And when you kind of boil it down, they didn't need to do much. They just needed to get a couple things here and there. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully. For them at least. Because the rest of the NFL could give a shit less. But for what it's worth, the Cowboys did not have a terrible offseason because they didn't need to do much. I'm going to give them a B plus for now and just leave it at that. Because there's definitely some stuff they could have done. But at the same time, they didn't really need a whole lot. So, I guess it's good, I suppose. Right? So apparently getting pimp smacked by your older brothers in the Eagles wasn't good enough for you guys, right? Apparently not, because you guys actually made a shit ton of moves happen here. Let's have a look. Danny Derps got his new contract, and holy shit. 4 years, $160 million, with an additional $35 million in incentives. Jesus fucking Christ, Giants. You don't need to do that shit. You don't need to fucking do that shit, Giants. You don't. You fucking don't. Why? Danny Durst was. I don't fucking know why people do anything anymore. At least he kept Saquon around for the next year. And instead of the bullshit franchise tag, you actually give him a 1 year contract worth $11 million. Okay, considering Saquon had a great season last year when he was fully healthy for once in his goddamn life, it actually was going to help out a lot. And you should have given him a little more term. Maybe a little more money too. Why not? But it's okay. At least you got your running back too and Matt Breida. That's always good. And then from the list I see here, apparently the Giants decided to go absolutely ape shit and start buying goddamn weapons. Took you guys long enough to realize you guys don't have anything worth shit. First off, you got Paris Campbell. You bring him in, he's actually okay. He's more of the deep slot receiver that you would expect, like guys like Deshaun Jackson or Cooper Kupp. Then you get yourselves Jamison Crowder, who went from the Gotham green to the black and to the goddamn red and blue of derpism. I don't know why I said black. I have no fucking idea. You keep Sterling Shepard around because God knows why. Darius Slayton should be okay, but we'll see. I mean, if Kenny Golladay wasn't any example, it's going to go very goddamn poorly. And you guys get yourselves a goddamn new tight end as well. Darren Waller. Hey, that should be a good pickup for you guys, considering Waller is one of the better tight ends in the league. So, hey, you guys got kudos for that one, right? And you kept Andrew Thomas around for another few years. So that should also be pretty goddamn good. You guys keep around guys like Dexter Lawrence and a bunch of other defensive players that take way too goddamn long on the list. I'll just try to do a speed run. Jahad Ward, Raheem Nunez-Roches, Ishawn Robinson, Gerard Davis, Bobby Okeke, Oshante Ximines. I am probably butchering the fuck out of that name. And a couple other players that I did not mention because, God, that would take fucking forever in a goddamn day. And this part is already long enough. Giants, congratulations. Here's a goddamn A. You guys did a hell of a lot, and it showed. Keep it up. Maybe actually might be worth something again within maybe a year or two. Good luck. Hey guys, you remember a Super Bowl bust last year? Well, guess what, gents? You guys just did a whole bunch that hopefully should get you back there. First of all, you keep your ace surrounding Jalen Hurts to a 5-year contract worth $255 million with another 180 in guarantees. God, fuck! Jesus Christ! And I thought the goddamn Justin Herbert contract was bad. Well, to be fair, that was good, but still, God. And you have a backup in Marcus Mariota. At least it's reliable. Running backs, because God, who fucking needs more of them, right? You possibly got now the punch of fucking Rashad Penny coming in, as well as goddamn DeAndre Swift for a fucking bag. For like a bag of goddamn kettle chips. You got him for that cheap. You should consider yourselves fucking lucky. You guys also got some weapons too with Dan Arnold signed with your team as well, and Olamide Zacchaeus, the wide receiver. Hey, I didn't know you guys get guys from Georgia so much. I'm not talking about this university this time. I'm talking about the goddamn state. And you at least keep around the guy and freaking Jason Kelsey for another year. And for defense, you guys just merely solidify it. You got Darius Slay, you got Terrell Edmonds, Justin Evans. You also got James Bradbury, Brandon Graham staying, Fletcher Cox is staying. The Eagles are looking really tough again this year. And I can't even deny, like, the Eagles are looking really tough again. Too bad it can't be safe. It can be safe for the next team. But I will give credit for what the credit's due for the Eagles. This was an A-plus offseason for them. Good work, boys. Good work in fucking deed. Good job. Hey, you know what's funny? When every team but your shitty franchise made it to the goddamn playoffs last season, yeah, that was really funny. Now, let's talk about your offseason. Jacoby Brissett. You bring in another quarterback to replace Taylor Heineke because he decided to fuck off from your shit show franchise. But the good news is at least you get some more offensive line help. Nick Gates, Trenton Scott, Andrew Wiley, and Nick Gates all coming to your team while you keep Tyler Larson intact. Abdullah Anderson and Anderson staying with the team. Deron Payne gets a new contract. 4 years, $90 million. Seriously, though, he deserves it. F.A. Obata, Cody Barton, David Mayo, Cameron Dantzler, and Danny Johnson either all come back or join the team. While you may think that may be it for the Commanders offseason, there is one more thing. He's gone. Fuck you, Snyder. Fuck you, Snyder. Fuck you, Snyder in the ass. Fight for DC is disastrous. Be forced to the Hamptons. Go fuck yourself, you motherfucking piece of shit. Goodbye, you geriatric waste of fucking space. You were the worst owner in the league's NFL history. Fuck you, Dan Snyder. Fuck you, Dan Snyder. Fuck you. That's my jingle for it. And because of that, that's an automatic A+. No fucking questions asked. Commanders win off season. Another team that didn't really need to do much in the offseason, and they did not do much in the offseason. No fucking figure. Lamar Jackson sticks around for $260 million. Holy shit. Jesus fucking Christ, man. For a fucking glorified running back like Lamar Jackson, Jesus Christ. God damn. Did you at least get him anything? Oh, you got by Justice Hill. I mean, did you get him, like, weapons to throw to? Oh, you did. Nelson Aguilar and Odell Beckham Jr. Well, then, I mean, hey, that's something at least, right? You got him some good weapons. Can one of them stay healthy? And you did solidify your defense a little bit. You kept around Trayvon Mullen and Geno Stone, and you also bring in a guy named Rock Ya-Sin. So hey, whatever that is, at least you made out somewhat. You keep Jackson around. You give him a couple weapons, and you manage to keep your secondary intact. Overall, that's good. So I'll give it a B. Nothing solid, nothing terrible. Just solid B. That's probably what I'm getting in my fucking summer class grades right now. But you know, and also B stands for Baltimore. You can't take the fight out of the Bengal, and you can't take the Bengal out of the fight. Joe Burrow may be injured for a little bit, but hopefully that shouldn't be too bad. If not, at least you got Trevor Siemian. What fucking good is he? Oh wait, he isn't. That's the thing. So, at least he kept some weapons around in Drew Sample and Trent Taylor, and you bring in another one named Irv Smith. But at least wait, you guys are storing your goddamn offensive line boner. Trying to keep Joe Burrow from fucking having brain mush for breakfast. At least you bring in Cody Ford. You keep Max Sharping around. But the main signing is goddamn Orlando Brown. Bringing him in for about $64.1 million to come to your team. Oh, yeah. And also, good job utilizing him in the schedule release video for you, Cincinnati. That was funny as fuck. But who else came to the fucking Bengals? Nick Scott, Sidney Jones, Jermaine Pratt still at the team on a 3-year deal. Terrell Basham. But, hey, Bengals did okay. Like other teams, they really didn't need to do much this offseason because they got a good team around them. Maybe fix up their O-line and trying to maintain your defense and weapons as best as possible. So, if anything, this was a win for the Cincinnati Bengals this offseason. So I'm going to give them an A- because, again, they didn't need to do much. But for what they did do, they did a damn good job at it. So, hey, good on you, Cincinnati. Good on you. And I swear to God, well, I feel like whenever Cleveland does something, it always turns to shit. Is that why they call it the Cleveland Steamer? Maybe. Let's see. First of all, you bring in Josh Dobbs. You bring in Marquise Goodwin as a receiver. Okay. You trade for Elijah Moore. Okay, that's not a bad weapon. You get a tight end in Jordan Atkins. And you also get some offensive line help in Chloe Gostin and Ethan Pacic. You guys really didn't do much on offense, but on defense, holy fuck. Ogwell Okronkwo, Zadarius Smith, Tristan Hill, Maurice Hurst, Matthew Adams, Jordan Konezik, Anthony Walker, Mike Ford, Ronnie McLeod, Juan Forhill. Holy shit, Cleveland. I knew you guys needed fucking defense to the moon and back, but I didn't expect you to actually fucking do something. And I'm serious on that. I did not actually expect you to do anything worth jack shit. But holy fuck, you proved me wrong. In fact, you proved me very, very wrong. And honestly, I want to get proved wrong sometimes. This is one of them. For what I thought you guys were mediocre geriatric sacks of shit, and you actually did something. The Mad Lads did it. Now, can you at least actually make it to the playoffs? Or at least have a winning record? Probably not. So, you can at least get this A- and just get the fuck out of my sight. Alright, Yinzertown. It's your turn on this fucking bullshit list. What do you got? Hopefully something good for me? Yeah, you get some new weapons in Allen Robinson and Miles Boykin. One of them is not really what he used to be. And the other one, haven't really seen much out of him at all for his career. So, whatever with that one. You at least keep around Zach Gentry and you get some O-line help. Plenty of it. Isaac Sumalo, Nate Herbig, and even Clark. So at least you get some offensive line help for Kenny Pickett. On the defense, though, is where you really thrived. Larry Ogunjobi, Armand Watts, Cole Holcomb, Elandon Roberts, Patrick Peterson, DeMonte Kazi, and Keanu Neal. Look at that, dude. Seriously, that is fucking good. Hey, you guys didn't need to do a lot, but you managed to solidify your defense a little bit. Oh, wait, I did forget a signing. Quan Alexander. He should be a good linebacker to go with TJ Watt. In all honesty, they needed some more defensive help, and thank you fucking Christ they got it. All the Yinzers everywhere will rejoice with goddamn Pittsburghers and bullshit. Hell, while they're at him, they created a ward in Syria urinating tree in the process. Who knows? But not serious, I love you, Tree. You're my good friend. But in all things seriousness, no, Steelers had a good offseason, but not a great one. C. Just to see. Just right now. Just for now. Oh, hey there, Chicago Bears. How you guys doing? You guys done anything? You keep Nathan Peterman and you get PJ Walker as well. Okay, I really didn't expect you guys to do anything with that, but okay. You're getting Devontae Freeman and Travis Homer as two potential running backs, and you're getting Kari Blasingame as a good fullback, I guess. But hey, you got weapons. Robert Tonyan, Dante Pettis, and a DJ Moore, which you had to trade the first overall pick for. That was mainly Carolina's fault for being fucking stupid. I'm serious. That was their own goddamn fault for being stupid. But otherwise, you got one offensive lineman and Nate Davis. But other than that, it was mainly defense. Tremaine Edmonds, TJ Edward, Patrick Scales, and Andrew Billings, among other things. That's not terrible. I mean, at least you guys actually got something done. Like, your defense is looking a little more sturdy. Your offense is looking a little more reliable. Maybe Justin Fields doesn't have to fucking die. Well, in all things considered, though, Bears, you did okay. You didn't do the best, but you did okay. Final rating, B-. That's all you're getting. And just like that, the B- flew away into the wind of the windy. Detroit. Hopefully you guys can do something. And why did you trade DeAndre Swift? No, guys, seriously, why did you trade him? There was no need to. He was still fucking talented, you know. Hello? Like, wasn't he one of your better fucking running backs? Why would you trade him? Oh, because they dropped Jameer Gibbs. Woof. I don't know what's just going on with their fucking team signings. They bring in Nate Sudfeld back again. They bring in David Montgomery to be a running back when they literally just fucking drafted one. And they bring in Marvin Jones as a receiver. I mean, he's back at Detroit. I don't fucking understand this team. Graham Glasgow is back to help out the team. John Comiskey, Christian Covington, Alex Anzalone, and a bunch of others. Another notable one being C.J. Gardner-Johnson and C.J. Moore. I guess helping out with the defense because this team is making no fucking sense. Hey, Detroit, I just gotta know what you're doing. You guys were close to the playoffs last season. What in the fuck are you doing? I'm confused. I am completely and utterly confused as to what in the holy matrimonial fuck you guys are doing. I'm just very confused. I'm going to give you guys a fucking C-. I'm trying to be nice about the rankings, but holy fuck, like, I don't know what you guys are doing. What are you doing, Detroit? What are you doing? What the fuck? Girl, Pussy Packers Nation. Welcome to another episode of the podcast where You don't have to be a Packers fan, but it sure does help. I'm your host, not Tom Grossi. And let's see what the Packers have done this offseason because, God, it was a long one, wasn't it now? For starters, you really didn't do jack shit. You really only signed one free agent, and that was a lawn snapper. Otherwise, you just kept the guys you just need to resign, like Justin Hollins, you kept Rudy Ford, you kept Keyshawn Nixon. You trade Aaron Rodgers. You make Jordan Love your number one guy. Like, I don't know what you guys really expected to do Green Bay this offseason, but I don't know. Like, I don't know what you guys are doing. Well, I understand you guys are making Jordan Love your number one QB. I understand that. He's younger. You basically are doing the same thing to him as you did with Aaron Rodgers when Brett Favre was around. I get it, but I just don't get why it's happening now. I don't get why. That's the only thing I don't get is why. But Green Bay, I guess I'm just going to have to give you a good old C for now. I don't know what to make. I don't know what to make of it. I'm not Tom Grossi. And as always, go Pack Go. All right, Minnesota, it's your turn. And did you do things? I see you did a pretty good, decent amount. You bring back Nick Mullins, and you bring in another running back in Alexander Madison, which could hopefully be okay. I mean, he's on the up and up, so I mean, this isn't terrible. I guess. I mean, make it for what you will, guys. You also got a couple weapons of Brandon Powell and Josh Oliver, both of whom I have never fucking heard until now. You also get some offensive linemen and Garrett Bradbury, Austin Schultman, and I am not going to say that fucking first name. I was going to say Udo. Instead, I am not even going to attempt that first name. For defense, you bring in Marcus Davenport and Dean Lowry, as well as guys like Byron Murphy and Troy Reader. You keep on Jonathan Bullard, and you keep Greg Joseph on a 1 year. So, in all fairness, Minnesota, again, really didn't have to do much. Just need to keep their guys around and bring in maybe a couple extra pieces to help out. Because God forbid one of them get injured. You jig trade Zadarius Smith for pretty much a bag of chips. So make of that what you will. But in all fairness, you did better than the Packers. But I don't know. I guess for what to make of it, I guess a good solid C plus to a low grade B minus is okay. Somewhere in that range. At least you actually did something. At least you didn't spend your offseason on your ass. Lil Amarillo, the New York guy. Holy jambalaya fucking Christ, Houston. You did a shit ton. You bring in Case Keenum to start, which is good. But was it really needed? I don't know. Like, is he still relevant in this modern age? Is he? I don't know. Bringing Devin Singletary as a good running back. Okay, that's good. You bring in Robert Woods and Noah Brown for the sake of whatever the fuck. Andrew Beck, I haven't really heard much of him, but I have heard of Dalton Schultz and Eric Tomlinson. So, hey, that's not all terrible. At least you're giving, what's his name? CJ Stroud some good weapons. Speaking of which, they drafted CJ Stroud, and apparently Adam Schefter's dumbass thought they gave him the money all up front. Dumbass. At least he also got some offensive line help. You keep around Laramie Tunzel. You bring in Greg Little. You bring in Shaq Mason from the Buccaneers. And you get and you keep around Scott Queensberry. Or Questenberry, sorry. I always thought it was Queensberry. I don't know why. For defense, you did a good bit, I think. Chase Winovich, Sheldon Rankins, Hassan Ridgeway, Corey Littleton, Denzel Perriman, Shaquille Griffin, and again to name a few because I'm getting a splitting headache. In all fairness, though, Houston, you did a damn good job this offseason. You addressed some needs that you needed to address. You got yourselves a good quarterback of the future in CJ Stroud. You gave him some weapons and you gave him some line protection while at the same time you utilized your defense and you bolstered it up, which is what you should have done in the first place. But you actually fucking managed to learn something for once in your goddamn lives. And so for that, Mr. Houston, I'm going to go ahead and give you a B. Good work. May you guys watching it be doing something for once instead of just doing in the base of the AFC South. Back in 1984, the Indianapolis Colts grabbed all their shit from Baltimore, and overnight, with Mayflower trucks lined up across the goddamn interstate, they fled from the hellhole that was Baltimore, and they're now in Indianapolis. And in today's society, Jim Irsay is a complete senile fucking idiot. I'll explain why after the signings. First off, you're bringing Gardner Minshew. You're bringing Mr. Sexy Stash to hopefully do what? Be a quarterback? Oh, wait, you need him as in case Anthony Richardson gets hurt. So at least you got that. You need to get some weapons in Ashton Dolan, Isaiah McKenzie, and Farrell Brown. Okay. Any offensive line help? No, you don't give a shit? Okay, good to know. For the defense, you're bringing really nobody. Taven Brian Simpson, Abuka, a guy who was a fossil of what he used to be. Tyquan Lewis, EJ Speed, and you bring in a kicker, Matt Gay. You did something at least, I guess. But again, you guys are fucking idiots for fucking up Jonathan Taylor. Let me explain the situation. Basically, there were reports that he injured his back. Outside of football activities. So it was a whole matter of, okay, so he's hurt. So, later words, after Jim Irsay came out and publicly bashed the running back market for being dog shit, Jonathan Taylor decided, you know what, fuck this, I want out. Jim Irsay pretty much said, no, buddy, you're not fucking staying here. You're not fucking going anywhere. You're staying fucking put. And then the Colts want to fucking put him on a non-football injury reserve list, on the NFI list, non-football injury list, rather, because of that back injury. And then Jonathan Taylor comes out of nowhere saying, 1, I never had a back problem. 2, I never reported a back problem. So how about you fucking stop lying with your bullshit and fucking tell the truth, you worthless hacks? And just because of that, Colts, you get the worst grade of the day. D+, because fuck you are. Hey, Jacksonville, haven't seen you since you came back from the 27-0 deficit against the Chargers. Hope you guys have been doing well. Hopefully. First, if you bring in CJ Beathard as a backup quarterback to Trevor Lawrence, because of course you do. But hey, at least you got some decent people, I guess. You bring in Evan Ingram. You put him on the franchise tag initially, but then you sign him to a 3-year deal, so that negates that. D'Ernest Johnson comes in as a running back option for them to back up Travis Etienne to give him possibly some veteran help, which is never a bad thing. Also bring in one offensive lineman in Josh Wells, but that's really that. On the defense, you really didn't do much. Just brought back a few guys. I mean, you only added Michael Dogby and Roy Robertson Harris. Otherwise, everyone was re-signed and everything is set in Jacksonville. Tony Khan probably gives more of a shit about AEW at this point, but that's neither here nor there. That's just what it is. But no, honestly, Jacksonville didn't have that bad of an offseason. They really didn't need to do anything. They had a good team. They just needed to bolster up a little bit more. But in overall, it wasn't bad. I give you guys a B-. I think that's pretty fair considering of how shitty your stadium is. But at least you guys got passionate fucking fans, I'll give you that. Hey, Tennessee, how you guys doing? I haven't seen you guys since you choked on your own shit against Jacksonville last season. How's it going, huh? Did you guys do anything? I think you did. You You bring in Chris Moore as a wide receiver. You keep around Nick Westbrook. And you keep your offensive line intact of Andre Dillard, Daniel Brunskill, and Corey Levin. I don't know why the hell you told Taylor Lewan to fuck off, but that's never here nor there. For defense, you bring in Arden Key, Aziz Al-Shahir, Ben Neiman, Sean Murphy-Bunting, and Morgan Cox. Nothing really special there, but I did forget one signing, and I intentionally did that because I wanted to save him for last. You guys may know it. His name is DeAndre goddamn Hopkins. You landed DeAndre Hopkins. You beat the Patriots over it. Fuck you for that. If I could see my middle finger. Yeah, fuck you for that. But Hopkins is indeed a Tennessee Titan. And they needed a receivers. And I guess they are a good fit for him. So, which makes sense. But overall, kind of meh. But that DeAndre Hopkins signing, kind of boosted him a little bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and give him a firm B. Good work, Tennessee. If it wasn't for that signing, you'd be getting a C+. Be lucky, you ungrateful hacks. Otherwise, you're going to fall 1 yard short. Welcome to the city of chokers, everybody. The one city where you really don't even have to give a shit about these teams because all they do is choke. Oh, wait. Yeah, I nearly fell asleep trying to record the Falcons bit because this team is boring. We're going from one shitty franchise to another shitty franchise. It's Taylor Heineke, everybody. Staying in Atlanta for 2 years. Not 2 more years, 2 years. They got a couple weapons. Kadero Hodge and Mac Hollins, as well as Scotty Miller. They got a fullback in Keith Smith, a tight end in Jonnu Smith, and they should go to New England for a 7th. They also got some offensive line help by extending Chris Lidstrom 5 more years. They extend Cale McGarry to a 3-year deal, and they extend Jermaine Ifedi for a 1-year deal. For defense, they really just kind of bolstered, which is kind of what they needed to do. But Dupree comes on in, so does Calais Campbell, David Onyemata, Trey Flowers, Jeff motherfucking Kuda, Jesse Bates, Cornell Armstrong, Bradley Pinion, to name a few. This team defensively looks like they got a lot better. Will it save them from the choke? No. But it does mean that they did improve. They improved quite a bit. Like the Falcons is all they can really ask for right now. Because any improvement is better than none. So Falcons, good work. You actually managed to do something with your fucking lives. Now stop choking 28-3 leads, damn you. I'm going to give you guys a A- because you guys actually did a pretty damn good job of building up that defense once again. I will give you that one. Well done, boys. Well done indeed. Ahoy, Carolina. You got yourselves a quarterback now. His name is goddamn, what's his fucking name? Bryce Young, that's his name. You got yourselves a good QB and it costs you your best wide receiver. Do you guys at least compensate for that? Well, let's find out. You brought in a vet to help out Bryce Young in the form of Andy Dalton. Okay, at least get some veteran help. Miles Sanders, you brought him in as a running back, which is not a bad move at all whatsoever. You did give Bryce Young some weapons early on, though. Damiere Byrd, DJ Chark, and Adam Thielen, as well as Hayden Hurst, which is, again, pretty goddamn good. For the offensive line, you protected Mr. Bryce Young with some notable people. Cameron Irving, Justin McCray, and Bradley Bozeman. Pretty goddamn good. And on the defensive side of the ball, you guys did all right. Henry Anderson, Shy Tuttle, and a couple others coming to your team. Not bad for Carolina, all things considered. They got the guy they wanted in the NFL draft. They got Bryce Young. They got him some weapons to help him out. They protected him a little more on the O-line. And that's really all you can ask for. I mean, that's really the best case scenario that you can ask for with that team. So, Carolina, I dawn upon you the grade of a B+. Hopefully you guys can actually do something in the fucking regular season this time in a shitty motherfucking NFC South. But it's neither here nor there, and it's time to bite. So hurry the fuck up. Just when this division had to suck more, we get to the Saints. But unlike the Saints, we somehow get a little bit of upside. So, let's do this. Derek Carr, come on down. Welcome to the bayous of Louisiana on a 4-year deal. Jesus Christ, that contract is insane now. And you also bring back Jameis Winston for the sake of saying, fuck it, he throws to our guys pretty well, on our team or not. So why not keep him around? Because you can actually use him. Running back, they only brought in Jamal Williams, which I guess is a bit of an upside. So, hey, that's pretty good. For wide receiver, you got Michael Thomas. And it's pretty goddamn good. Like, it's still pretty good, and I'm not even going to lie. For tight ends, they're bringing a familiar face for Derek Carr and Foster Moreau. By the way, he kicked cancer's ass this offseason, and I could not be any prouder of that man. Congrats, Foster, and we're glad that you kicked cancer's ass. We really are glad. Fuck cancer in the ass. You also bring in Jawan Johnson on the tight end core. And you really guys didn't really do much of anything else after that. You bring in Jonathan Abram. You bring in maybe I really don't recognize any of these other names other than Nathan Shepard. But Rollins, you did good. You got yourselves a good quarterback. You got yourself some weapons for him, and you really didn't do much after that. But that's it. So New Orleans are going to give you guys a grade of a B-. Hopefully that B- doesn't translate to Derek Carr throwing goddamn interceptions all the goddamn time. Please. Well, the less said about this team, the better. Bye-bye, Tom Brady. I loved you in New England, but goddamn, you took too long to retire. Other than that, what the fuck does this fucking franchise even have? Good question. They bring in Baker Mayfield, who thinks he's worth up to $8.5 million. Apparently so. They also bring in his backup in John Wolford, because apparently Kyle Trask doesn't fucking exist. They bring in a running back in Chase Edmonds and an offensive guard in Matt Filer. All they really did for defense was just random shit. You bring in the kicker, Chase McLaughlin, okay? Jamal Dean, Anthony Nelson, and Levante David, as well as Greg Gaines. Tampa Bay really did jack fucking shit. They needed to do more, but instead they did less. This is a D. Straight up D. Don't even care. Broncos country, just motherfucking why. The more I feel like you guys try to improve, you guys just go even more further south. At least you got yourselves a new coach in Sean Payton. At least, right? But let's start with the players. Jared Stidham is here to do something, even though he couldn't do jack shit in New England. Samaje Perine is heading his way over from Cincinnati to Denver. Fullback Michael Burton also joins the team, as well as tight ends Chris Manhertz and Adam Troutman. The only goddamn real receiver they kept was Marquez Callaway. For the offensive line, they bring in Kyle Fuller, Ben Powers, and Mike McGlinchey. McGlinchey isn't a bad lineman at all, so that's actually a pretty solid game for Denver. For the defensive side of the ball, they really didn't do much. They kept Kareem Jackson around as well as Adam Singleton. They bring in guys like Zach Allen and Tremont Smith. Bringing in a new punter as well will also help. The name is Riley Dixon. Broncos country, what the fuck you guys doing? Because I don't even know what you guys are doing anymore. I truly don't. I'm going to give you a C, but that's because Broncos country, I think we should all just cry. Well, it's time for the Super Bowl champs. So, fucking, look at, I've been recording every team segment straight for about now 2 hours. Now we're just now getting to this fucking team, and God, please kill me. Let's see what the Chiefs have done. They bring in Blaine fucking Gabbert because apparently they think he's anything worth shit. Okay. And you bring back Jerick McKinnon. You bring in some weapons like Justin Watson and Richie James, as well as Blake Bell. Offensive guards, you just added Donovan Smith, Jawan Taylor, and Nick Allegretti. For defense, all you guys did again was just kind of just bolster up a little bit. Charles Omenihu, Tershawn Wharton, Brian Coward, Derek Nottie, Drew Tranquil, Deion Bush, Mike Edwards. I mean, all you guys really just do is just acquire depth. That's really all the Chiefs did. They just acquired depth pieces to maintain their core. And in all honesty, it's not a bad thing. But in all honesty, though, I think the Chiefs pretty much played out perfectly. So I think the Chiefs here deserve a good old-fashioned B. Just a B, because that A will come in the form of the Super Bowl somehow. Just fucking watch. Ahoy, Chargers. Hey, 27-0. Just thought you guys might need a little refresher. For quarterback, I guess, I don't know why they didn't sign a quarterback, but I guess they did. They brought back Easton Stick on a one-year deal. They also get a couple weapons in Donald Parham and Jalen Guyton, which I guess is a good thing, considering when they did was really nothing. Just got a couple O-line guys, a couple defensive line guys, and a punter. They really didn't do much here this offseason. And especially after what happened against Jacksonville, I feel like they should have done a little more. Oh, wait, there's something coming for the wires right now. Hold on. They did what? So, Justin Herbert. Holy motherfucking shit. 5 years, 262.5. Holy shit, Chargers, what are you doing? He's not a bad quarterback, okay? He's a decent quarterback, but holy shit. You gave him a bigger weekly better seasonal pay than Patrick motherfucking Mahomes. And unlike that, Mahomes won 2 Super Bowls. Herbert hasn't done shit. And you give him that? Oh my motherfucking Christ. And I thought Mahomes' contract was something, but good fucking God. Congratulations, Chargers. You might have just shafted yourselves financially. Take this B plus and get the fuck out of here. Considering you are a B plus franchise of the LA area. Well, not anymore, but still. Oh, so now you want to better your team, Raiders. It only took until after one of your best quarterbacks left. Well, no worries, you guys get yourselves another good quarterback, right? Yeah, you did. His name is Jimmy goddamn Garoppolo. He'll probably be spending all of his goddamn time in the Vegas sex brothels. Knowing him. And then again, he got offered it. Just free sex brothels for life, so would you? Also, they brought in a veteran quarterback in Brian Hoyer for some reason. They also brought in Amir Abdullah and Josh Jacobs. Oh, wait, he doesn't want to play on the fucking tag and is holding on until he gets a new contract. Yeah, you fucked up now, Raiders. You fucked up. One of you idiots will Lord. But they do keep Jacob Johnson. And they bring in some new weapons about fucking time. O.J. Howard, DeAndre Carter, Keelan Cole, Philip Dorsett. The guy that fucking helped the Raiders beat the Patriots last season, and Jacoby Myers, Cam Sims. And they also added some offensive linemen in Jermaine Elamunor and Brandon Parker, as well as Ronis Grasu and Alex Bars. For defense, you guys did a good amount there too. Jordan Wills on your edge, John Jacobs and Jerry Tillery on your defensive line. You guys added a fucking shit ton on this fucking team, and honestly, it might be damn well good for you, and that's a good damn thing to go off of. Look at that. I will say, good work, Raiders. Here's an A. Here's an A for effort, because that's all you get. An A for effort, you fucks. Hey, birds, you guys hibernated enough yet? Good, don't care. Let's just get on with you guys. You guys brought in another couple quarterbacks because apparently quarterbacks are all you guys need. David Blau and Jeff Driscoll, welcome to the pack. You also got yourself Zach Pascal and Corey Clement. And I guess some offensive line help in Kelvin Beachum, Dennis Daly, and Will Hernandez, and Jelte Froholt. On defense, you guys really didn't do much, but in terms of kicking, though, you guys did bring in someone good. You guys kept around Matt Prater, and you brought in a good punter, Matt Hack. So, at least not all lost, right? Oh, what the fuck am I kidding? You guys are probably going to do dog shit again this year. It's not even going guys' fault. It's just injuries and everything else in between. I don't know how I trust this fucking team moving forward. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you guys a C- and just hope to God you guys can actually fucking do something. Which I don't think is remotely possible at this point. But to each their own. To each their own. You know, originally when I started recording all these fucking team segments tonight, I thought, maybe I could just get through all these teams pretty good. This might be the shortest segment on the goddamn episode because the fucking Rams did nothing. They did absolutely fucking nothing. The only thing that really happened that was drastic was losing Sony Michel to retirement. But still, dude, what the fuck, Rams? Here's an F for fucking failure. Get the fuck out of my sight. Next. And now we get to the second last team on this fucking entire video. The goddamn Seahawks. They did some things, I guess. Bringing back Drew Lock and Geno Smith to extensions, that's always a good thing. And getting yourselves another offensive lineman and Evan Brown will always help. Their main focus was on defense this offseason, though. We should brought in quite a few names. Mario Edwards, Draymond Jones, Jaron Reed, Devin Bush, Bobby Wagner again, and Julian Love. I mean, Seattle again really didn't overly do much, but this is a team that made the playoffs last season while looking kind of mediocre. So they really didn't need to do much. And all I think I could say they did a pretty goddamn good job. So Seattle, congrats. I mean, you did something, but you didn't have to do really much of anything. Which, in all things considered, you really didn't need. So, Seattle, I bestow upon you this B+. Now, actually do something again, make the playoffs to piss off everybody around the league, because that'd be great. Alright, San Fran, we close out with you. Did you do anything good? Well, looking at your transaction list, I see you did a pretty goddamn good job. So let's look here. Brandon Allen and Sam Darnold, you guys add quarterbacks. Always a good step in case one of your quarterbacks already gets injured. Assuming you're going with either Brock, but they're probably going to go with Trey. You get a couple more weapons with Willie Snead, Chris Conley, and Ross Dwelly. Offensive guards Matt Pryor and John Feliciano joined the team, which they are going to need desperately. For defense, they added some names like Cleveland Farrell, Kerry Hyder, Kevin Givens, and Javon Hargrave. And they added a couple other people, like they even got a kicker in Zane Gonzalez and a corner in Isaiah Oliver, which again is not a lot, but they didn't need a lot. This team made it to the NFC Championship game last year, fell short to the Eagles, but the team looked really good all season long. even with the Brock Purdy insertion into the lineup, I thought they did a pretty goddamn good job. So for San Francisco, you get the last grade of the night. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a very firm A- on a pretty good, well done job this offseason because you guys really didn't have to do much at all. I'm going to just solidify a couple pieces of your core that may or may not look bad at some point during the season, but you never fucking know. So, yeah, A- for you guys. So after about nearly a goddamn hour, we are finally done. I don't know if it's over an hour, under an hour. We'll see at the end of how this whole thing processes itself. But yeah, what do we take away from this? A lot of teams improved. A lot of teams really didn't do shit. A couple and a couple downgraded from what they were. In all fairness, it is what it is. But now it's time for predictions. Who do I think will make it to the playoffs this season based on everything that we know now? Let me put it like this to you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm thinking for the AFC East, the order is going to go like this. For the AFC East, the Buffalo Bills, the Miami Dolphins, the New England Patriots, the New York Jets. I don't trust the Jets, and I'm sorry, I do not trust the Jets. For the AFC North, I'm going to go with the Bengals, the Steelers, the Ravens, and the Browns. For the AFC South, I'm expecting, the Tennessee Titans to actually upgrade a little bit, followed by the Jacksonville Jaguars, followed by Houston and then Indianapolis. And then lastly for the AFC West, Kansas City, Los Angeles, Vegas, and then Denver. The teams that make it to the playoffs are Buffalo, Miami, Cincinnati, Kansas City, Tennessee, and I'm missing two teams there. So I'm going to put Jacksonville and New England in there just for the fuck of it, just to piss people off. For the NFC, it's going to be a little more convoluted. NFC East, I'm going to say Eagles, Cowboys, both of them make it, followed by the Giants and the Commanders. Giants make it, Commanders don't. NFC North, I'm going to say the Lions make it, the Vikings make it, then the Packers and the Bears. For the NFC South, I'm saying Atlanta and Carolina. Only Atlanta makes it. Followed by Tampa Bay and New Orleans. And in the NFC West, I'm going to go with San Francisco making it, Seattle making it, the Rams, and then the Cardinals. Now, will those results hold up? Will those predictions hold up? I don't fucking think so, but we're just going to go with it. But finally, this marathon of an amateur's guide comes to an end. And I thank you all for watching. And if you did enjoy, please leave a like. Do comment down below if you guys want to see anything next. If you have not done so already, please subscribe and join the Logical Nation. And until next time, guys, je suis le Logique Canadien. Bonne nuit et au revoir.